For decades, the subject of unidentified flying objects was relegated to the fringes of internet forums. That changed in 2017, when the focus moved from leaked military videos into a formal cycle of government investigation. This panel includes high-level intelligence and military officials testifying before Congress under oath, highlighted the risk these objects pose. We are tracking unidentified assets that can operate inside restricted airspace and evade modern defense systems with ease. The legal weight of these claims is significant. Under the threat of perjury, whistleblowers have detailed programs dedicated to the recovery of crashed crafts and the biological remains of non-human entities. Internal documentation shared by these insiders suggests the scale of these recovery efforts is extensive, involving as many as 15 different crafts and dozens of biological specimens. Preserving these specimens require high-precision scientific environments. These stainless steel cryogenic storage tanks use liquid nitrogen to maintain temperatures of -150 degrees Celsius, preventing the decay of biological material over long periods. Because global governments are now treating these visits as a verified reality, the old debate over whether they exist has been surpassed by a more urgent objective, determining their purpose. Verified sightings are consistently concentrated around secure aerospace facilities and major military hubs like the Pentagon. Pilots report flight physics that defy our current understanding of aviation. These objects move at high speeds without visible engines or wings, performing maneuvers that would tear a human-made aircraft apart. The focus on military installations and flight demonstrations suggests these entities are conducting reconnaissance. They appear to be cataloging our defense limits and evaluating human technological capabilities. Beyond military sites, the phenomenon leaves a physical trail in rural areas. Over the past 50 years, investigators have documented more than 15,000 unexplained cattle deaths under nearly identical conditions. Forensic examinations of these animals rule out typical predator behavior. Instead of the tearing and crushing typical of a wolf or bear attack, these bodies show wounds made with surgical precision. This schematic shows the specific areas targeted. Extractions focus on reproductive organs, ears, and facial tissue, removed with no signs of struggle. Strikingly, the animals are completely drained of blood, yet there is zero evidence of spillage in the surrounding soil. Local scavengers and predators further distinguish these sites by what they won't do. Coyotes, birds, and insects have been observed actively avoiding the carcasses, leaving the meat untouched while it slowly dissolves. Trace evidence at the scene often defies logic. In winter incidents, massive animals are found in the center of pristine fields, where the snow remains completely smooth for dozens of yards in every direction, showing no tracks from humans or vehicles. The coordinates where these objects hover also show lasting environmental changes. Crop circles appearing in these areas result in grass that is biologically resilient, growing thicker, greener, and more lush than the surrounding terrain for years afterward. These recurring details, the surgical precision, the extraction of blood, and biological shifts in the soil, suggest a long-term clinical interest in sampling Earth's biology. Government secrecy surrounding these sites is strictly enforced. Beyond the need to protect classified technology, these restrictions serve to manage public perception of an ongoing and uncontained intrusion. Official concern stems from the reality that these objects enter our airspace at will. A public admission of these events would require admitting that our current defense measures are not designed to stop them. Interaction with the phenomenon is documented within civilian populations as well. This street scene in Brazil. In these Brazilian cases, witnesses reported glowing crafts projecting concentrated beams of light. These energy projections were not merely for illumination. They caused severe physical burns and multiple documented casualties among the local population. These incidents of rapid flight, clinical sampling, and targeted energy beams suggest we are dealing with an intelligence that operates outside our control. We are left to determine if this presence views humanity as a subject of study, a potential threat, or something else entirely.